why community is so important, and part of why I love base camp just as a thing is because we can name these sorts of needs and set about solving them. So one thing that has helped me tremendously is when I walk into a facility, I know that at least one thing is going to happen. At least one CO is going to tell me I'm wasting my degree by teaching inside. And so I immediately have to decide before I even get into the facility, am I going to argue with this bitch-made asshole? Or am I just going to keep walking, get my body alarm, and go up to the classroom? Right? How do we identify, once we identify what we are willing to risk, what are the battles we are wanting that we are willing to fight? And what battles do we have to give to somebody else? I can't fight every battle. I know I'm like Mike Tyson in his prime, but we see what happened. And so, I'm just saying, I'm being very honest. You know, we have certain capacities at certain times of our lives. We have certain avenues that we feel comfortable responding to, confronting people. And sometimes we age the fuck out of that. And we want to do something else, right? But we have to understand that there's still this community that we can come back to, because that's where we get the ideas, the energy, the regeneration, the rejuvenation, the innovation to keep moving forward and picking better battles, or being more strategic about the battles we purposely lose in order to win the war, right? Whose bodies am I willing to walk over for my students? And it's a lot. I saw a hand. Right over his head. Yeah.
Maybe this question's inappropriate, so swan it off if so. But I was really curious about the comment you just tossed off. A CO saying, "What are you doing wasting your education in here?" And I wonder about the ways in which that is raised. And expectations about who does what kind of work. Because no one ever questioned my well-meaning middle-class white ladiness.
Correct. Yep. 100%. 100%. When we all understand the ways that race, carcerality, economics, they all come together to put together the chicanery that we see, that we work within. And absolutely, I think there's a racial component to that. They expect middle-aged white women to come in to do the middle-aged white woman thing. That is the expectation of the folks that I've generally seen in prisons that I've, seen from a lot of different states. But COs, admin are rarely, not never, but they are rarely going to approach you in the same way that they're going to approach me. They look at me and they see somebody's sister, right? They look at me, they see somebody's auntie. And so to them, I am no better, no higher than the person they're caging. The fact that I demand that you call me Dr. Corbett is the only way that they sort of see that distinction. And then it's like, well, if you're a doctor, that means you're up here. So why are you messing with people down here? Right? So it's this unraveling of an onion of oppressive expectations that a lot of us see when we go in. So thank you for that question, Jen, and then I'm sorry.
Yeah. I had my hand up after them.
Oh, okay.
I was basically thinking what she was thinking. Like, that comment that the CO made had a lot more going on than
Absolutely.
just, what are you doing here?
Yeah,
I was
absolutely.
asked that once, and I don't think it was asked for all the reasons you were asked.
Absolutely.
I was just gonna say thank you for saying we can age out of certain things, because when you were asking everyone earlier, like, what are you willing to lose or whatever, and the before daughter me would have been out there like fighting for everyone, but I'm a single mom and I have a young daughter, and like especially with everything in Gaza, like I want to be out there protesting, but then you see all the people getting harmed protesting, and I think like I can't leave my daughter.
Right.
And it's hard.
That's the calculus that you have to make, and we're not always going to be happy with the results, right? I mean, obviously you are happy that you are putting your daughter first, but what that then means, there's a cost on the other side for someone
It's
else.
so hard.
And being able to sit in that and the discomfort that can cause for some people, for many people, I would argue, is part of the challenge of this work, is sitting at the intersection of a lot of conflicting things, right? We talk about intersectionality sometimes in really abstract and not concrete ways, and we often miss that, like, when we talk about the different ways that we categorize ourselves and organize ourselves, that when we think about intersectionality, some of those pieces are coming into conflict. And so mom and peace fighter sometimes come into conflict. And mom typically always wins, right? As mom should, right? But again, it brings up it brings up questions for us about where we situate ourselves on the journey to freedom. Like, are we, if there's a big march, like a 1,000,000-man march or the march, are we going to go to that? Are we going to go to something that is maybe picketing in front of a prison? I can't, because if I do now, then my program gets kicked out. That's 9 years of work gone.
And then
That's hundreds of students who now also, because we know how DOC operates, they're not going to know why I'm not coming back. Which adds an additional level of stress and anxiety to them, and could very well activate feelings of like, see, this always happens. When I really enjoy something and I really like it, it's always taken away from me. And so we have to, the calculations that we make and the work that we do every time we walk into the classroom cannot be understated, cannot be overstated. I never remember which one is the right word.
I think it's over.
Overstated. All right, thank you.
Well, I'm just thinking about like the